and welcome back. A couple of things I want to talk about today. The first is you got an update on the Foose Impala. Got the frame to the chassis. Got the carpet in the floor pan. Like I said, you build this chassis up, you build the interior up directly from the chassis. There's not a separate interior tub. The door panels glued directly to the floor of the chassis, and seats go in the floor pan directly, so that you don't have a separate tub for that. But anyway, got the frame attached to the chassis and the motor in. Here's how the frame and everything looks. Basically got everything painted up. I think you saw the exhaust last update. I didn't have it in, but there it is. Got the shocks in. All the frame components in, rear suspension in, motor in, dry shaft. I had to resist the urge to weather, and I'll get up just a little bit. I did do a little bit of, and I don't know if you can, let me get over here and see if I can. It's not, the light's probably not going to show it, but I did do a little heat staining of the exhaust in a couple of places, and did some a little bit of black wash on the universal joints on the dry shaft. So I had to do a little bit, even though this is like I said, going to be a custom. It's going to get driven some, so there's going to be a little wear and tear, but I resisted the urge to do a thorough weathering of the bottom of the chassis and the exhaust and all that. So, but there it is, and it went together without a hitch. I didn't have any problems at all. Everything went together real well. The only thing was my eyes aren't what they used to be, and the where the exhaust pipes hook onto the exhaust manifold in between the A-arms and the motor block was a little tough to see. So, but that's no fault of the kit. That's me. So, and here's the inside. You'll have to excuse the kind of the rough way the carpet looks. I've got it laid, but don't have it, and got it cut for where the seats are going to sit in the console and the back seat. So it does look kind of rough like this, but I want to go ahead and get this update in, because the next time I do an update will probably be a completed build, or right before I do the final reveal or whatever. I had to go ahead and, if you're wondering why this is a two-tone chassis floor, I had to go ahead and, quite naturally, I wanted the interior, the engine bay to be the same color as the body color. So this is the color the body's going to be, and so I had to do the fenders and the firewall the same color as the body, so I had to go ahead and mask that off from the floor and do that. So that's kind of what it's going to look like with the motor in place, and I think it looks pretty good. I like that color. Combination. I really do like that color copper. Like I said, it's not really a traditional copper. It's a kind of a cross between a brown and a burnt umber, or an orange, or burnt orange, or whatever. But it goes on real well. It thins perfectly with Future. It's got a heavy pigment to it. And like I said, this is the Folk Art. The Folk Art Antique Copper is the color. And like I said, I don't do all my craft acrylics with Future. I do usually anything that's going to require a gloss finish at the end, and even sometimes I don't use the Folk Art Metallic then, or the Future, then I will take the gloss polyurethane, which is I believe this product, yes, which is this product, and this is the satin. So if I usually use this for chassis, usually engine bays, pretty much, that if I'm doing a factory stock build, you know, like a GM product or whatever. Now the Chrysler products, the engine bays were generally body color, so I would go over it with this. Now this gloss varnish, or gloss polyurethane rather, is not really a gloss like the Future would be. It does have a gloss to it, kind of a. It's more of a. I guess it comes out more like the plain old Testors gloss coat, just the plain gloss coat, not the high gloss, definitely not the wet look clear. But you can use this if you want something like you want your a good example would be your engine block. That's what I did this engine block with. If you want your engine block to be more like you know, if Chip Foose had done your engine, you've seen, if you've watched the overhauling show, you've seen the blocks that he does. If he does them the body color, they look as good as the body does. But this is what I will mix in with my paint when I paint, and also when it dries on whatever I'm painting, I'll go over it with a clear shot of this product after the initial painting has dried. Now I know Chris put out, Classic Plastic put out a killer video tutorial on painting, airbrushing with craft acrylics, and if you haven't seen it, you need to jump over to his channel and take a look at it. He covered all the bases pretty much of craft acrylic, and I can't really think of anything that he said that, or he didn't say, that needs to be said. He touched on everything pretty much that you need to remember when you're using craft acrylic. I thin pretty much with the same way he does, as far as when I'm doing, like, you know, just a regular chassis for a factory stock build. I mix satin with my paint and the windshield washer fluid. The difference that I have with him is when I go to clear after my paint has dried, I shoot either the gloss or the satin. I shoot those products straight, and I don't cut with water at all. I don't shoot it real heavy, but I just like that extra feeling of having just the pure product. Now, if you're wondering kind of what this product does, after you say, well, you know, it looks like milk, and you say it dries clear, and I can't really see it, so what is it? Well, you know, the gloss you can kind of see, but the satin, you see the sheen, but you don't really see what the protection is you get. Here's kind of what it does when it dries. If you can see, that's kind of what it does to your paint, what it puts on top of your paint, and you can see that's pretty elastic, so that your paint is going to be pretty tough, you know, when you get this product on there and it dries and sets up. I've had these bottles almost, you know, you really had to crank down on these lids to get them off after this product dries, and you spill a little in the threads on the top of the bottle. But that's what it does for your paint. So I would recommend that you definitely, whether you put it on with a brush, whether you put it on with an airbrush, whether you know, however you get it on, that you definitely finish it up with either this product or Future or dull coat or whatever it is, you know, that you're going to, you know, to use for your sealing. Now this, like I said, has been cut. This is one part of the metallic antique copper and one part Future, so in other words 50-50 split of each product. And this product is also a little bit thinner than their normal product. I've seen some of their regular paints, just you almost have to just squeeze this bottle to death to get it to come out. Their metallics are a little bit thinner. They're still real thick. when it comes to trying to thin them. But 1-to-1 feature seems to work with pretty much all of their metallic colors. I haven't used all of them or tried all of them or tested all of them. I've probably shot and practiced with either scrap plastic that I have here from other models or for sale signs. I've probably shot at least 8 or 10 of their products, of their metallics, and they've got maybe 15, I don't know, 15 or 20. So but that's that. That's how it looks. And I think when here's my seats that I've gone ahead and thrown a little bare metal foil on this particular year, or this particular car. The Impala has the chrome trim around the seats, and my door panels are going to be that same color. Look pretty much like that. I know there's no way that's going to stand up. Well, actually it did. And then this will be the color of the dash. It's a moccasin brown, so that's kind of how that's going to look. I started to wait and do this update after I get it done, but I thought I'll go ahead and do it now. It's going to be the dash, and then I'm going to do some trim painting on the quite naturally on the door panels, and then I'm going to also carpet the put it in right gear, carpet the trunk, and the lid opens, trunk lid opens and closes. So and there's the back seat. So kind of give you an idea of what it's going to look like in relation to the body color. And I hope it went on real well here on the engine bay. I hope the body turns out that it goes on that well for the body. And then like I said, there's the firewall, and this has one coat of future on top of the paint after it dried, and this was brushed on. I just took a brush and went across it lightly and sealed it up. So, and like I said, I feel confident that, if I bang it around a little bit. Now, like I said, you don't want to drop it. You don't want to scratch on it. If you scratch it with a hobby knife, it's going to come off or whatever. But I can tap on it and bang it up against stuff, lightly, and I don't have to worry about it. So there's that. So there's the update for the Impala, and I don't know how much time I've used up here on this, but that's pretty much what we've got so far. So until I talk to you again, take care of one another. May God bless you and your family. Check you later.